I'm bigcal and welcome to my world and welcome to another recent video games pickups video. Today I'm going to be looking at some import adapters and games to use on them. Well, more just game adapters actually. One's an import adapter, one's a game adapter, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So first, I finally picked up last year a converter to play Famicom games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And yeah, there are tons of different types. This was just the one that I found cheapest, frankly. And yeah, basically plug it in like you would a NES cartridge, and then you take a Famicom cartridge and don't do what I do. So you see how it has, the name there. I don't know if you can see it due to the lighting, but it says NES converter. And you would put that in like that, so the NES converter's up kind of like you would with a cartridge, and then you would think you would put the label facing upwards along with the text there of the Famicom cartridge. No, do that and it won't work. You have to put them in face down, just because of the way the pins are. Yeah, I didn't know that and ended up having to get a refund for this, and then I figured out, oh wait, it does work. Whoops. But yeah, I can now play Famicom cartridges on my NES, and thanks to removing the whole lockouty chip thing on my NES, being able to play American cartridges as well. So now I can play everything on the NES, including Famicom games. So, while I already showed off in my Dragon Quest Tober videos, I had the first 4 Dragon Quest games. These are ones now that I've picked up since then, to play. So firstly we have some wrestling games, because of course, and that is Tag Team Pro Wrestling, first of all. It's not very good. Yeah, the old wrestling games play like garbage for the most part. You do get one or two good ones from back in the day, like on the NES, such as Pro Wrestling. That one's probably the best on the NES, to be honest, but yeah. Tag Team Pro Wrestling. It's from my wrestling game collection. Then we also have a Ultimate Muscle Kinnikuman game. This one as well is specifically for sort of tag action as well, I think. I don't remember the full title because, Japanese, but yeah. Ultimate Muscle, sort of kind of what we know this series as outside of Japan. And yeah, this one looks and plays kind of crap as well, to be honest. But again, my wrestling collection. And I do like the different cartridge as well. It's got a slightly different shape, a bit more rounded and red. Because here in the UK, we never really got coloured cartridges for stuff. Very rare. Like the N64, for example, has a ton of different coloured cartridges for games over in America. Here in Europe, no, we were lucky if we got a particular game with a black cartridge. It was usually just boring, dull grey. So nice to have a bright red one. And we have Boltron here, which is a side-scrolling space shooter. You're in a spaceship and you're going across the screen and shooting things, kind of like all of the many games that look and play like that. But yeah, it was cheap and it's fun. It's just one of those fun games you just stick in and you can just play for 5 or 10 minutes if you've got the time, if you just want something quick, and you can have fun with it still. It doesn't look as good as modern games, it doesn't play as well as modern games, but it doesn't need to. It's just fun. What more do you want? And then lastly we have some ninja game. Again, I can't remember the title because it's Japanese and I don't want to butcher it completely to be on the screen. But yeah, it's a 2D action platformer where you play as a ninja and you throw ninja stars, collect I think apples and stuff for health and whatnot, and yeah, it's just a nice fun game. It's nothing special. You're not going to see this, I don't think, on any hidden gems videos or anything. But in terms of collecting for Famicom, it's dirt cheap and it's good. It doesn't suck. So what more do you want? So yeah, those just some Famicom games that I'm now able to play thanks to the NES converter. And yeah, you should be able to find a lot of these still really cheap. So that's cool. And it opens up a library of games significantly, really, for the NES. Of course, you do get a bunch that you can't really play unless you know Japanese, like I've got them here, you know, the Dragon Quest cartridges. You know, text-heavy RPGs, you don't know what's going on. But for a ton of action games, you don't need to know Japanese, and a lot of them are in English, which always just baffles me. So, okay, that's an import adapter. Now we have a game adapter. And this one is for the Mega Drive, and it lets you play Master System games. Yeah, so we have here the game adapter, Mega Master. Of course, the power-based converter, I think, sort of the more well-known. Was that one official, I think? But those cost a ton of money. This one, dirt cheap. You can't play the card-based games, but let's be honest, how many of those card-based games do you really want to play for the Master System? Yeah, you've even got a little button there for the pause menu on it for because of the Master System they have the pause button on the console itself. Yeah, so you just put this in and stick your Master System games on top of it. Sorted. Yep, and so the first one here. Oh, grips them nice and tight. Yeah, so I have been able to play Master System games through an adapter already on my Game Gear. But yeah, it's nice to be able to play them on the console through the TV. So first up, of course, we have The Ninja. And this is one of those games that you are likely to see in a Hidden Gems video for the Master System. You're a big ninja character and you're walking upwards on a screen and you're throwing ninja stars and things at people and they're all just coming down at you. You can go turn in different directions and things like that, and yeah, it's just fun. Very, very fun. Can get a bit difficult once you get swarmed by enemies, and I think it's like a one-hit kill or something, so you've got to avoid stuff while shooting everything all around you. But yeah, it's just a fun game and you want to just keep going back and trying to get further and further. Very fun. Then we have Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. Yes, if you're going with these Disney games, you're going to want the Mega Drive versions of them. They look, sound and play better. But I think it's just really cool as well to see the 8-bit versions. Of course, you can get them on the Game Gear. They're usually basically the same game, just on a smaller screen. But yeah, Land of Illusion, just cool to have. Next is a combo cartridge. I cannot show any game footage of this other than the menu because I don't have the light phaser. And even if I did, I don't have a CRT hooked up anywhere to play. And even if I did, I don't currently have a way to record game footage from the CRT. Yeah, but anyway, this one has marksman shooting, trap shooting and safari hunt, all on a single cartridge. The cartridge a little beat up and there is no manual, but each game individually, one of them in particular, I don't know if it was Safari Hunt or Trap Shooting, one of them was quite expensive, but you get the triple cartridge very cheap. Very cheap. So yeah, pretty cool. One day when I get a CRT and a light phaser, I'll have some light gun games to play about with. Next we have Action Fighter. Yeah, this one came with the manual, good condition cartridge, there we go. Action Fighter, basically Spy Hunter, but for the Master System. And yeah, you get to be on a bike. You can go into a truck that says Sega on top of it, and you can get weapon upgrades and things. You go driving upwards on the screen and shooting at things, and it's a blast, literally. Very fun, and still very cheap. I mean, a couple of the rest of these games now are complete in box. That's 4 of them. 3 I think are complete in box. The light phaser one didn't have the manual, but yeah, you can still get these nice and cheap in box a lot of times. Next is The Lucky Dime Caper, starring Donald Duck, a sort of often forgotten of the kind of mascot platformers from that time period. It's not the best, I will admit, but it's still a fun game. Yeah, so I think I already own this one on the Game Gear, but yeah, it's cool to have the cartridge. manual there, and play it on the TV. And lastly, this cool arcade, says right there, big yellow, Vigilante. Yeah, so side-scrolling beat 'em up style game, and I think it's kind of the sequel to Kung Fu, which on the NES, one of my all-time favourite games growing up. Adore that game. But yeah, it looks like it's a very similar character, except now you have nunchucks to whack your opponents with, and you're walking along the streets. So yeah, really, really fun game. If you're going to get a Master System, this is definitely one of the games you want to pick up. Absolutely. And again, complete in box there with the manual. Very, very fun. So yeah, those are some game adapters that let me play different consoles or different regions on systems that I actually own, because I don't own an actual Famicom, so it's nice to play it through the American version and the European version of the NES, and I do not own a Master System, but it's nice to play through the Mega Drive. And as well, I think with the Mega Drive adapters, you have to be careful which one you get, if it will play on the Model 1 Mega Drive or the Model 2 Mega Drive, or even the Model 3 maybe. I think the power base converters, you have to be careful which one you get. The adapter I got apparently works with all of them, so that was great. So, I'm Big Cal, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of my pickups here. Let me know if there's anything else in particular I should have a look out for on the Famicom or the Master System now that I can really start getting in and collecting for them. So, I'm Big Cal, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.